history and the events taking place is the 24th National President of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Butler McIntyre. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are we going to do this?
I don't know. I think we're going to make it through. But
Okay, we will. Because you know how Delta women
Yeah.
do. So let's bring it out. Let's
Here
talk
we go.
about that.
Here we go.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what a wonderful time in the sorority's history.
Yes.
100 years.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it while I compose myself?
Okay, I'll try, and then we'll take turns.
All right.
This is a great time in the history of Delta Sigma Theta to reach the mark of 100 years, to look back and see where we have come from our beginnings on the campus of Howard University, with the 22 founders, now with the hundreds of thousands of women who have become members of our great sisterhood. And now we celebrate 100 years and the work that we have done in the world and abroad to make a difference and to change the course of life for others and for ourselves as we make an impact.
It's wonderful that you say that because it leads me right into the bigger question that is, when you think sorority, the image that pops into your mind, party and college life, there's some of that. But when you decide and then go through with, be accepted into the sisterhood, there's a bigger challenge that you face and a bigger obligation. Can you tell us about what it's really about?
I think it goes back to what our founders envisioned when the sorority was founded. One of the major reasons for founding Delta Sigma Theta was to de-emphasize the social side of sorority life. And I often say it was not to eliminate the social side, it was to de-emphasize. I think their mission was to bring to focus the social activism part of what sorority life should be about. It was more than just the good times and the party and even the fellowship and the sisterhood that comes from being a part of the sorority, but more about the call to serve, which is what Delta Sigma Theta is all about. And that was very evident in what the founders brought about in coming together as a group of 22 college students right here in 1913, when others were about organizing, to socialize, and to bring more about the inwardness of being college students. Our founders went out and did outward work and outreach work, which was different, especially at that time.
And especially at that time, one of the first things as an organized group is we're looking at this picture and it's celebrating when there was a women's suffrage movement. These young women decided that they were going to be involved in this. Quite different from anything. And it's hard to imagine these young African American women, college women, there with the masses trying to join with other women, white women in this country at that time, and starting that sisterhood. It's extremely powerful.
Right. And I often use that first act of our founders as a message to all of us who are members of this organization. I just believe the founders were sending us a message for years to come, right now for 100 years to come, when the question would be asked, why do we need a Delta Sigma Theta? And they wanted us to know that by their very first act, this is what sets us apart. We will not be an everyday, ordinary sorority. We will be the ones who will step forward and step out and do things that will be a little different. And that difference was to send us a message is that you must do things that are a little different. And so their difference was to come out of Howard's campus, their comfort of Howard's campus, and step in.
In 1913, so remember what we're talking about.
The Women's Suffrage March.
Right.
The only African-American women in the march at that time. So that's why in 2013, we retraced their steps. We marched in March of this year to retrace their steps, to show the world that we are still fighting for some of the voting rights. Needless to say, here we are in 2013 with what just happened. But here we are still doing the work of our founders, and I believe that the message was very clear on why there was a need for Delta Sigma Theta, and today, why there is still a need, and why hundreds of thousands of women are still becoming members of this great sisterhood, because the 22 said that message.
And the sorority, we should stress, it's open to everyone. This was started out of a need, but it is open to everyone. But let's talk about what's going to happen this weekend before we let you go. It's the 51st National Convention. It really kicks off on the Mall tomorrow. What a site that's going to be.
It is.
Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, it's actually starting in the morning with our Delta Foundation. There'll be a run walk that starts very early in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning. Yes, very early in the morning, and that will conclude around midday, and then we'll have what normally is our public meeting where we invite our friends from our sister and brother organizations of the National Canada council, and they will come and make presentations. We're calling it a community event.